Okay, first off, if you watched my Fortuner video, you can tell that I really like that car, but there's a thing that I think I kept mentioning. I think I mentioned more than once, is the ride. Alright, the Fortuner handles very well. It's almost bordering like a sporty SUV type of handling, which this guy is not. This guy is a complete opposite of the Fortuner. So the Fortuner has a sporty handling, which means it's quite enjoyable to drive for a full-size pickup-based leather-on-frame SUV. However, these cars are first and foremost they're bought for family usage, right? A father with you want your daughter to be who's comfortably asleep behind, to not be jolted up and awake. I mean, so this is really like to me, it's like a daddy's car. I mean, I like these type of cars. It's just that not at this juncture for myself, because I'm still very caught up with work and all that, right? But in a few years time, right, when hopefully I can be more relaxed and all that, and my kids are older, right, I will really get one, because I really want to do that sort of activities. I really want to bring my kids to the beach, or go river wading with this car, crossing the rivers at Uluyam, fishing there, or some sort of that type of activities. I would love to do all those. For me, not now, but for those of you who are in that age group already, now I understand why you all buy this type of cars. I really do understand that. Yeah. So it's comfortable. It's comfortable. Is the soundproofing good? Let's try. Sorry. Not bad, I think okay lah. Of course, this type of car, right, that's another thing. When you go fast on the highway, right, you're listening to your diesel engine more than the wind noise, actually. I mean, as we know, traditional diesel engines, they have that sound, right? This doesn't remove away from the fact. But that's the thing, I wouldn't even think about putting a gasoline engine into a car like this. Seriously, I don't know why some car makers do that. It makes no sense. The gasoline engine wouldn't have enough torque to move such a heavy car because of this leather frame, right? It wouldn't have enough torque to move such a heavy car, and that's why, you know, horsepower, how horsepower is calculated, right? It comes from torque times revolution per minute. So if your engine doesn't have enough torque, you need to spin more to achieve that kind of output to move the car. And then you have high fuel consumption from gasoline. You put a gasoline engine into cars like this, right, it's gonna drink your petrol like nobody's business. You have to put a diesel engine in cars like this. Yeah, there I said it. Full-size SUVs, right, you need diesel engine. Full-size SUVs without any pretension to have sporty driving dynamics, they don't even need to think about all those turbocharged 2 liter or 3 liter, you know, and all that, because they just consume a lot of petrol. Diesel is the way to go for cars like these, alright? And so it drives comfortably. Don't even attempt to chase a Fortuner with this car around a corner. Don't do that. The same goes when the road is rougher. You can go faster than the Fortuner, because that car has a very tough, very stiff suspension. So the person will be in there, you know, in roads around PJ area, near Jaya, Jaya 33 there, the kind of all those crappy roads, or around KLCC, right? I think this guy can go faster than the Fortuner, because that has a really excellent sporty driving suspension setup. This guy, none of that. They never even think about it. Alright, you can turn, but it's mainly tuned for comfort, which I like it. You know, you have to be somewhere. In terms of in-car packaging interior, right, there's no match. The Fortuner beats this guy by far in terms of in-car. Alright, but I don't really like the functional where they put just a put a USB here and call it a day off. That I don't really appreciate, but not too big of an issue as well, because that car you can swap it up. Alright, you can put in a high-end, I don't know, Alpine or Macintosh. Is Macintosh still around? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's the differences. Okay, does it have its position in the market? Yes, but it really needs a very thorough. It really needs someone to be really thorough to really take out the positive sides of this car. Because actually now I'm curious, because it has a Tiptronic. I wonder if anyone has driven a pickup like this with so much torque. Because you have a lot of torque, right? You barely even think about switching gears. I'm serious. And then you go, I'm in manual mode. Actually, I've never tried this. I've never bothered to put the car into manual, especially those with big diesel engines like this. Who knows? Let's try downshift. Hey, not slow. Okay. Hey, it's quite fast, wait. Okay, now I'm on the 5th gear. I downshift now. It's almost half a second. That's all it takes, which is not bad for a tried and tested 5-speed automatic torque converter. That's not bad. Okay, now I'm gonna slow down. I'm still in manual mode. I'm sure it will automatically upshift. Oh fuck! Fuck! Hey, that is quite badass, way. Okay, let me explain to you what just happened. Most cars, right, when you put it in manual mode, and then when you accelerate, right, even if you don't do your upshifts, the guy would upshift for you, because they say they're giving you manual control, but they actually don't mean it, you know. What just happened just now is I left it in manual mode, and then of course I slowed down to go past the touch and go, right? Of course it would downshift automatically. But when I throttled, right, it went to the red line, 4005 RPM. It doesn't budge. There's an Alfa Romeo hiding in there. There's an Alfa Romeo hiding in there somewhere, you know, some badass is like, you want manual? I give you manual. Yeah, man. Maybe it's useful when you are stuck in the mud or something like that. So it gives you, it behaves like a proper manual. You leave it in 1st gear, it's in 1st gear. Alright, if you leave it in 2nd gear, I don't know whether it will it start off in 2nd gear. Let me try. Since it's a badass gearbox, right? So I go into manual, 1st gear. Can I go up to 2nd? Yes, I can. Okay, 3rd I'm not allowed. That means, right, it has a proper manual mode, because sometimes if you're in certain slippery conditions and all that, right, I know you can go into 4-wheel drive, but I can drive off with the 2nd gear, which is because you have less torque. So under slippery conditions, it's, yeah. Of course you can turn to the 4-wheel drive, right? I understand that, but sometimes if you're so slippery, even under 4-wheel drive, you have to start from your 2nd gear. Who knows, right? Kudos, Isuzu, kudos. A proper manual mode is in this car. A proper manual mode. Hi, I just discovered another thing. This is one Utama, you know, the big Ram, right? It's so easy to drive. You know why? Normally, right, your cars you'll be very afraid of the curb, right? I just realized one thing. I was blasting up here. Of course, first of all, I have a lot of torque. Secondly, visibility is excellent. Third, thank you. Maybe his boss drives the same car. He was rushing over to press the ticket for me, you know. Yeah, I was blasting out. Normally when I go up that ramp, right, I'll be freaking careful. I'll be like treading my way carefully because I'm afraid of the curb, and then going up, I'm afraid of the bumper and all that. I was blasting up just now. Because I know I won't run into those curbs. I think that's the benefit of driving cars like these. You feel invincible. You just feel like, yeah, you can just rummage over anything. Yeah. Or these kind of cones, you don't mind, you know, popping one or two, putting them down, and then the curbs and all that, they won't touch your bumpers. Your tires are huge and all that. So I think that's why a lot of people like this type of cars. They are like supercars. You know, supercars only do one thing well, right? On the track, fast. But these guys are, I mean, you can throw them anywhere, make them do anything. It's zombie apocalypse. Yeah, it's built for zombie apocalypse, and it's ready for zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Alright, see you. Okay, just had a short discussion with some of my fellow colleagues. Not exactly colleagues, industry colleagues, my peers. There are only 3 cars currently in this segment since Mitsubishi, the king of this segment, last time. They are not bringing in their new king. The new Pajero Sport looks awesome, right? It looks fantastic, but they are not bringing it in. So I'll talk about later on the reasons that they are not bringing it in. You know, they were citing costs. They say it's expensive. If they bring it in, it's gonna be 200 over 1,000 and all that, right? But to me, I think it's just confidence levels, because your old Pajero is about 400,000 ringgit. So what's the reason that the new Pajero Sport cannot sell at that price? Is every bit as good a car, right? Anyway, since Mitsubishi is not bringing in the Pajero Sport, there are only 3 players in this segment now. There's only 3. No doubt the Ford Everest is by right the most complete car in this segment, but it ended up, what, 240,000 ringgit. And Toyota, very, very good job with the Fortuner. It's about 190 or 80 plus, 180 to 190,000 ringgit. And then we have MU-X here. And when we come to think about all 3 cars, right, the Fortuner looks the best. I would say it's very handsome, both exterior and interior. It is very beautiful. It's a very good looking car. Handling is excellent. The handling of the car is, wow, it corners, man. But then the 2 most crucial thing, it doesn't have a diesel engine. It has a petrol, a 2.7 petrol, that you really need to rev that engine. Then only, I mean, the car gets some reasonable pace. You need to rev it hard. And petrol engine isn't suited, and a naturally aspirated petrol engine is not suited for cars like these at all. And then you have the ride. The Fortuner has a very sporty ride, but it hops and bobs around. It's rather uncomfortable for ferrying your children and all that. A bit, I would say. It's not as comfortable as this guy. So you come with this guy. This guy is too expensive. This guy doesn't have the correct engine and the correct the ride that it's supposed to have. And then you're left with this guy, which is like the most affordable. It has everything you need. It doesn't look as good as the Fortuner. It doesn't have an interior as luxurious as the Fortuner, but it's comfortable for day-to-day usage, for your family usage, and it has the proper engine for this type of car. Yeah. if the Fortuner's ride is as good as this guy, is comfortable, and then it has the diesel engine from the Hilux, there will be no challenge at all. Unfortunately, Toyota is being good guy here. They purposely leave out something for the competition. Yeah, and the Fortuner sells so well. It's just unfortunate that the ride and the engine is not that suitable for what it is. Yeah, that car is a looker, man. No doubts about it. It's a fantastic looking car. Okay, I think that's it. That's all that needs to be discovered. If I discover anything else, right, I'll just on the camera again. Alright, so I guess that's my review of the Isuzu MU-X, the new MU-X Type S or something like that they call it. If you like what I'm doing, if you support what I'm doing, I really hope you can help me share our e-magazine, www.evomalaysia.com, because it is a Malaysian invention. Yeah, we beat Steve Jobs to it. We are the first e-magazine that you do not need to download, you do not need to subscribe or pay anything or fill up any forms, nothing. You just go to the browser, you type evomalaysia.com and you're there, you're reading already. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like us on our Facebook is the same, Evo Malaysia as well. Ta-da!